So, I, when I was younger, I was sexually abused by my older brother for a significant amount of time. And I was, I never felt safe enough to talk to anyone about it. Um, and, like that resulted in me acting out and, really just doing whatever I could to get attention, whether it was good or bad. Like, at least I was seen.
Yes.
And I actually only told my mum about this recently, because, um, I just didn't want it to be a burden for her. And, she just said to me, she said, Kerry, it makes sense now. It all makes sense. That's why you were acting out. That's why you were doing all these things that you were doing. It was because you were having to deal with this, you know? Um, and then, I remember once going into, this is, I think I've had, this is probably the only time. I walked into my little sister's bedroom. She's 6 years younger than me. And my brother was in that room and he's 10 years older than her. And I just absolutely lost it. I just went into like a blackout. And all I remember is like screaming at him to get out of her bedroom because I was very protective of my little sister. Screaming at him to get out of the bedroom. Then the next flashback I have is me in the kitchen, and I had a kitchen knife in my hand and I was ready to absolutely take him to pieces. And by the grace of God, my dad actually happened to be home that night. And I remember him like coming up behind me and like grabbing me and just like restraining me because I believe that I would have done like great harm to my brother, if not killed him, because I was just like, not a fuck. Are you going to do that to my little sister, what you've been doing to me, you know? So yeah, I was very protective over that. But then on the flip side, my dad did the exact same thing, So when I finished
Yes.
school, I wasn't too sure about what I wanted to do with my career and whatever. I kind of stayed at home on the farm for a little while, and then I got a job working in a pub that was run by two friends of his, and everybody else had left for the night and we had all been drinking. And then my dad made the suggestion of drinking straw rum. I don't know if you know what that is.
No.
So it's basically very high concentrate of alcohol. It's 80% proof alcohol. So
Right.
you're
Yeah.
going to have one or two shots of that and you're going to be lights out kind of thing.
Yes. Yep.
Little did I know that this idea that all of us were going to be doing the shots was just me. And after two or three, I have a flashback of my dad shaking the man's hand and saying, "She's all yours, mate. Enjoy." He left. And then that night I was assaulted by his friend. So the people in my life that were meant to protect me and to look after me did the exact opposite. They exploited me and they took advantage of me and they did things that nobody should ever do to someone
I'm
that they
so
love.